Lucky Boys Podcast.
I got my bucket list done, finally. Got my first fight. Went to Thailand, traveled alone.
Wait, hold on. Let's rewind.
How do you want to set this up?
I haven't seen you in a couple of years, right?
Yep,
A few
3.
years.
We just talked about this. 3 years to be exact since we last filmed.
And holy shit! Since then, it seems like you got a lot of changes.
Yep.
You still look young. You still look the same, except the hair color.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Everybody was like, you aged.
Wait, that's natural hair color?
Nah, I dyed this shit.
Oh, I thought this,
No, I'm saying like
you almost got me there. I was like, hold on.
I'm like,
How do you
corporate
get
stress,
that
bro.
purple gray that fast in 3 years?
Yo, corporate
working
stress,
corporate just turned his hair purple.
Bro. Yep. Pretty much, man.
So, all right. So then, since then, I guess the one I'm referencing, like,
All right.
from what you were talking about, is you became a fighter
Yeah.
and a Muay Thai fighter.
Yep.
Okay. What the fuck?
What the fuck? All right. So, short and sweet summary. After college, martial arts has always been a big thing for me. Picked up some random classes, Groupon classes.
Oh shit, Groupon.
Yep, everyone. Drop a plug. Kickboxing and stuff like that. And then I was always interested in Muay Thai in general because everyone's like, all right, so you can take some Taekwondo, stuff like that. And then MMA blew up. MMA was such a big thing. UFC was like, all right, ground and pound. You see all these like world star hip hop shit. Like people just get knocked down left and right. And you're like, all right, cool. But as a little kid, I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. Parents never wanted you to take classes, never wanted you to get violent, get into fights. So I'm older. After college, I'm like, all right, I got money now. I can actually do this myself. So I started taking classes. And it just picked up since then. Even when I knew you guys, I was still like into the whole training scene. I was actually working out a lot, got buff, got skinny, got buff, got fat.
Yeah, you always like physically fit.
Yeah, I was always active, and it was always like one of my, in the back of my head, this is what I want to do. The whole fighting scene was just like
Like you always wanted to fight professionally?
No, definitely not. It's more like a 2017 bucket list for 2018, so New Year's New Resolution stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I started taking this more seriously. I started training, and I'm seeing people do smoker fights. People might not know what a smoker fight is, but it's really just like a amateur, no winner, no loser, hard training, hard sparring fight just to get you ready for a real tournament. And then I see people, not to like toot my own horn, I'm like people who are not as good as me or people who were kind of like amateurish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an amateur too, but I'm talking about like people who literally just trained like 3 months. And I'm like, why the hell are you fighting?
Mm-hmm.
But they did it. So I was like, you know what? Let me test what I've been doing. I've been spending money on this, on training. I want to do something. Fast forward, 2018 comes along, and then I'm training. Tournament comes up. All right, guess what? I'm like, all right, coach, I want to do this. Week later, I tear my quad.
Fuck, how do you tear your quad?
I'm sparring with somebody, and I throw a kick. He throws a knee at me. Bad impact, bad timing, freak accident, what you ever recall. Next second, I drop to the ground. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? I limp back to my car. I drive home. Everything's stinging. This is like one of the worst feelings I ever had. And trust me, I've crashed while snowboarding. I've never had a broken bone or anything else, but this torn quad was like making me hobble. And I'm like, this is not normal. I couldn't sleep. Early morning at like 4 a.m., I spaz out because the leg is really hurting. I went to the doctors. I called off work, and I was like, what's going on? Did x-ray, everything else. They're like, you have a torn quad. And I was like, so what does that mean? It's like, well, you might want to be in crutches. I was like, I work in the city. I'm not going to walk around in crutches. So I went to PT, rehabilitation. I took off training for a while.
Right.
And then come January 2019, so my bucket list is already scrapped. I can't fight. I missed the tournament. I missed the window. I had my torn quad. I got the green light. So I started training again. But now I'm like, all right, I have 4 months of missed time. My whole fight team who fought, there was about 5 of them, and 4 of them all got medals. They all placed. They all got the belt. They got the strap. And that was like, oh, fuck.
And you feeling like
I got left out.
You.
Yeah, that could have been me. That definitely could have been me. So I'm like, fuck.
So how long did it take you to bounce back from an injury?
So here's the thing. I got torn quad, went to PT over 3.5 months, give or take, during work, whatever I had to do. And then I started training, like really training. Wake up, train, eat, train, At work, I have my grip on the table. I'm training.
So that was life.
That was life. And then guess what? I overtrained. So I'm doing a light beginner's class. I'm kicking the bag. And guess what? Now I have a torn calf muscle.
Right now.
No. I had a torn calf muscle
Yeah.
right after I got dismissed from my PT. So torn quad on left leg, healed up, torn calf on the left leg. And then I'm like,
So I want to go to that for a second. I want to touch on it. I think because this was something that I've been, going back and forth with in my head.
yeah.
Is it possible to overtrain?
Yes,
Yeah?
it's definitely your body wasn't ready. My body wasn't ready. It basically gave me the big fu.
Like-
You took too much out of me.
So that's what happens. So when you overtrain, I guess
Things break, man.
Things break.
We're getting older. Your body's not as healthy as you can. Like I'm not in my 20s where I just recover. I started late. You gotta understand. Like these fighters, some of them were born and bred. They start as kids.
Mm-hmm.
This tournament I went to like really opened my eyes because there's something called like a super cadet.
right.
They're 8 to 10 years old. I mean, fully geared. They're fighting. All right, cool. And then the next age gap, like 11 to 13 or whatever. And then that's like the juniors. And then you have adults, 18 plus, and then you have 40 plus. So I'm watching these little kids. I'm like, yo, these kids are monsters. And then I was like, if I started at my 20s, like really training, I might be done already because I know people who have been doing that. So
people with a lot of mileage. That
Yeah, a
been
lot
doing
more
this since
mileage,
They were
so-
a kid. They pretty much have a shorter career.
Yep.
Because they've taken so much more damage.
Yep. And that's why for me, I'm just like, all right, so I'm pushing it.
because you're in your
Just 30.
You're in
30
your
flat.
You're 30 right now.
30 right now.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
didn't-
Just turned 30 or
30 in May.
So you just got into this in your late 20s,
Yeah.
right? And not, like that's a. Usually when people start fighting, they're in their
18, 20, 21 at most.
yeah, not
At
even when they're kids, but when I guess they're in
New
the-
Yorkers,
when male,
Americans over here,
typically male prime. That's
Yep.
when they begin, to really hone in on their skills, and
Yep.
that's where you hear most of these fighters erupt and learn. I guess like John Jones.
Oh, yeah,
Conor
they blow
McGregor,
up.
right? Those guys. Like, did that inspire you to come in at a later age to compete, and you feel like
It inspired me to want to do something, but at the same time, it was just all situational. Didn't have the time, didn't have the money, didn't have just the doors open to me to be able to do what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted it. Healed up. Finally, this is late 2018. I'm just like, all right, I didn't get my goal in, so I kept training, rehabilitating. I'm like, coach, when can I get a fight? When can I get a fight? Nothing was going on, so the whole year actually flew by. 2018's done. Now we're in 2019. I'm like, all right, now I'm pissed. Like, I'm pissed at myself. I'm pissed because I couldn't get the opportunity. I missed the window. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So then 2019, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make up for this. I'm doing this goal. I'm fighting this year. I went all in again, but I played it smart. So I spent a lot of money, spent a lot of time,